is Bob Stewart of the State Bureau of Investigation, who's been assigned to the Calvert case, a baffling mystery crowded with intrigue. Many people had good reasons to do away with Henry Calvert. For instance, Mrs. Dill, his housekeeper. But she didn't hate Henry. She loved him. Patton, the butler, is a likely suspect, and yet he's apparently tried to help the police. The lawyer, Horace Black, knows much about the deceased man's affairs, perhaps too much. Ruth Allen certainly knows a lot more about the whole affair than she'll tell. Kirk Bennett, the nephew, and his charming wife, Rita, knew Henry's mysterious brother, Walter Calvert. They might be guilty. Sarah Caldwell, the sister of the dead man, is the most bitter of all. She's admitted that she had every reason to plot her brother's death, but Sarah denies that she had any part in a conspiracy. Last but not least, we have the newspaper reporter, Duke Ellis. On second thought, it couldn't be. Now you've met them all. If one of them, just one of them, would tell the truth, I'm sure you'd know who's guilty. Believing that the Calvert fortune is hidden in a tomb on the estate, Morgan Calvert goes there at midnight. He's followed by Ruth Allen, but discovers this and traps her in the tomb. As Bob Stewart comes to her aid, a mysterious figure closes and locks the door.
I wish you'd stop meddling in my affairs, Mr. Stewart. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself.
So I see.
Yes, sir, at once. What's the idea of staying down here all night when you have a comfortable bed upstairs? Come Come on, what's the matter? Don't you know me?
Morgan Calvert.
No, Duke.
No, Morgan Calvert's still in there.
Hey, don't touch it. Why not?
Fingerprints. Keep back, this is full of gas.
I wish somebody would let me know what's going on. What is she doing here?
We followed Morgan Calvert into the... Then we were gassed.
Are you sure?
Sure as I can be.
What about Morgan?
He's still in there. I was too late. He's dead.
From the gas?
No, it wasn't poisonous. None of us would be alive.
Who killed him?
I'm not sure yet, but I found this... How do you feel?
Weak. I've got an awful headache.
Have you any idea how we got out of that vault?
No.
Oh, now, wait a minute. You mean you passed out in there and came to out here?
That's right.
Oh, there's got to be something wrong somewhere.
Well, very smart. Maybe you can tell me what it is. Why were you following Morgan Calvert?
Well, I heard him leave his room and sneak down the hall, and then I followed him to see where he was going.
Why the sudden interest in his affairs?
Well, I can't tell you that.
You mean you won't?
Very well, then I won't.
Time is coming, Miss Allen, when you'll either tell what you know or go to jail. Mr. Calvert was killed in that vault. Perhaps when you were in there with him.
It's very fortunate, isn't it, that I have someone to share the guilt. Don't forget, Mr. Stewart, that you were in there, too. And now I don't feel like talking anymore tonight.
Well, don't leave the estate without my permission.
Don't worry, I won't. Not because of your threat, but because I intend to find out what's become of the Calvert fortune.
Looks to me like somebody was set back on his heels.
You stay right here and don't let anyone go into that vault. I'm going to check on the others.
Stay here alone?
Well, I can't believe you're afraid, Duke.
You can't. It's funny, I'm convinced.
Have Sergeant Smith bring the fingerprint outfit. Notify the coroner. Tell them all to make it snappy. Goodbye. Do you mind telling me where you're going at this time of night?
Making my rounds as I do every night.
Where have you been for the past hour?
In the basement, in my workshop.
Can you prove that?
I can vouch for him.
Go ahead.
The idiot's been pounding something down here for the past hour. I had to dress and come down to shut him up.
Have either of you seen Morgan Calvert tonight?
Not since our meeting. Why? Has anything happened?
Can you hear anything interesting, dearie?
Where have you been for the past hour?
Where would a woman of my years and obvious respectability be at such a time?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Young man, your question flatters me, even though it's not meant to. Otherwise, it's entirely senseless. Good night.
Good night.
You didn't answer my question about Walter Calvert.
I know it. This is Stewart. You mind opening up for a moment? Just wanted to see if you were both all right. Have you seen or heard anything out of the ordinary?
No, I always sleep well. Clear conscience, you know.
Sorry to have bothered you. Just checking.
I see. Where were we at the time of the crime, huh? What's happened now?
I'm collecting information, not giving it out.
So I noticed. But not much luck, huh?
So long.
Oh, oh, no. Oh, Bob.
Is everything all right?
No, I guess so. I thought I saw the door of the vault open. Maybe I'm just seeing things. You know, it's kind of spooky around here.
Get down the gate and let the boys in when they get here, will you?
Okay. What are you going to do with the bottle?
Well, I'm going to get a sample of that gas.
Oh, now, wait. How are you going to get gas in that bottle?
Look, the bottle is full of water. I take it into the vault. I empty the water out. As I do that, a sample of the gas goes in. I seal it. There you are. Now get going.
Science is certainly wonderful.
I can't find any fingerprints. Somebody's wiped it off clean.
Try the other side. Maybe you did see that door open. Are you sure you're awake?
I couldn't sleep if I wanted to, and I didn't want to.
Yes, Jones?
The doctor reports that Morgan Calvert died of strangulation. There were definite marks and bruises on his throat.
Has the gas been analyzed?
Yes, it's carbon dioxide.
Check all sales on CO2 cylinders around here in the past month.
Yes, sir.
Smith, look the place over carefully. See if there's any other way in or out of this place. I'm going up the house and talk to the relatives. Where's Miss Allen?
Upstairs, I guess. She was told to be here.
If you ask me, you ought to keep an eye on that girl.
I didn't ask you. It isn't a bad idea. Well, take that ring, Miss Allen.
I haven't got it.
And how do you know what ring I'm talking about? All right, give. Let's have it. The initials are WFC, aren't they? Is Walter Calvert's middle initial F?
How should I know?
Just a minute. You know more than you're telling. Have you seen or communicated with Walter Calvert since you've been here?
Certainly not.
Don't you think everything indicates Walter Calvert killed both his brothers?
No, he'd never do a thing like that.
What makes you so sure?
I don't know. I just am, that's all.
Just what is your connection with Walter Calvert?
My father loaned him money to finance his mine after Henry Calvert had refused to.
And you haven't seen or heard of him since?
No. I wish I had. Furthermore, why don't you find out? It's your job.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'd appreciate a little cooperation. You know, we have 2 counts on you already. First, illegal possession of firearms. Now, illegal entry and suppressing evidence. Oh, I got a lot to lock you up on.
Why don't you? You're always threatening to.
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. Oh, come on. We're keeping them waiting downstairs. Let's go. So the medical officer's report and my own observations indicate that Morgan Calvert was murdered. Perhaps Henry Calvert was, too. I expect a report on that later. Meanwhile, I'm asking that none of you leave. I'm asking, you'll note. Hope I won't be forced to make it an order.
But I have some very important business to take care of.
I'll make an exception in your case. You'll have to find Henry Calvert's will, too.
You needn't order me to remain. I mean to get what's left of the money.
After I've got mine.
Of course. You and your dear wife. That reminds me, I haven't congratulated you yet. I don't know which of you to give my sympathy.
First time I knew you had any despair, Aunt Sarah.
Save your family quarrels until later. Have any of you seen or heard from Walter Calvert since you arrived? Has anyone any reason to believe that Walter Calvert is here?
Somebody killed Henry and Morgan. Walter wired us to come here for a showdown. Doesn't that prove he did it?
No, it doesn't.
Then who did? None of us have seen Walter for 20 years. He went away to Mexico and left us to fight our own battles, and his too.
That's not true.
It seems to me Miss Allen knows more about Walter than any of us.
Yes, I've already discovered that. If any of you receive a mysterious unsigned letter, bring it to me at once. That's all.
Hello?
That girl in the library.
Well, you mean Miss Allen? What about her?
She's dangerous. You must get rid of her.
Why?
Because she's not with Allen. Now do as I say tonight.
The men are all set. If anybody moves around, we'll nab them. Good. You cover the inside, Smith, and keep an eye on that pattern. I'll be up in my room.
Oh, you're going to see a lot of me.
Well, that's too bad. Why?
Oh, this case is hot news. My boss told me to stay with it till it's finished or I am. Now, I can depend on you, Bob.
Good night, Smith.
You'll help me, won't you?
Good night, Mr. Stewart.
Good night, Mr. Ellis.
Oh, that man. What's new? Any more murders since I saw you?
No, but there's liable to be one if you don't keep out of my hair.
Okay, if you don't want my expert assistance. What's that? Come on, give.
All right, but it's off the record until I tell you different.
Go to the tomb at midnight if you want to find the money. Did you just get this?
No, it was found on Morgan Calvert's body this morning.
Who is this girl who calls herself Ruth Allen? Is she to meet the same fate that befell Morgan Calvert? Who's behind this sinister plotting? Don't fail to see Held for Murder, the third thrill-packed chapter of Who's Guilty, at this theater next week.